Welcome to Brain Tank, Kevin. What's happening? Tell me what's going on.
So this week's quiz.
Tell me what it is.
So this week's quiz
Oh God damn!
is soda
My kryptonite.
and all of the random, crazy, weird things that have happened related to soda history, all that kind of trivia.
So, I'm getting quizzed on soda. All right, Kevin. What do you got for it? How's this structured?
True, false.
True, false? All right,
True, false. You always have a 50-50 shot.
That gives me a better chance of not failing.
Exactly. So, just starting at the beginning, is it true or false that RC Cola was invented before Coca-Cola?
RC Cola. I'm going to say false.
Yes, that's correct. So, Coca-Cola was invented in 1896.
In some dude's backyard, right?
And, well, we're going to be talking about
Oh, yes.
some of this.
Cool.
And RC Cola was in 1905. So, very close together.
Mm-hmm.
But, by the last turn of the century. Or 2 turns of the centuries ago.
Man, Coke is old.
Yes, very old. So, let's see. The inventors of Coke and Pepsi both had the same job, and that job was pharmacist.
Okay, so I know the guy who made Coke was a pharmacist. I don't know if the guy who made Pepsi was a pharmacist. So I'm going to say false.
Unfortunately, that's wrong.
Damn it.
The creators of not only Coke, Pepsi, but Dr. Pepper were all pharmacists.
Dr. Pepper makes sense. He must have been a doctor, right?
Well, that's not actually why it's named, but I don't think this is a question on this quiz, but you can look that up later. So, Mountain Dew wasn't always owned by the Pepsi Corporation. Previously to Pepsi, is it true or false that it was owned by the Unadulterated Food Corporation?
Unadulterated Food Corporation. That sounds like a terrible name for a food corporation. You know what? Based solely on the color of Mountain Dew alone, I'm going to say true.
That is false.
Damn it.
So, unadulterated.
Uh-huh.
Actually, Snapple was first developed by the Unadulterated Food Company before it became Snapple. It's still the same company.
Oh, okay.
That was just Snapple's original name.
Was that the name of the tea, too? It was unadulterated tea?
No.
Here, drink some unadulterated tea, along with your residue of the hills, of the big hills. They came out.
So soda is, itself is famous. Everybody knows what soda is. Sometimes people call it pop. Sometimes people call it a Coke, and they can be wrong.
They have that capability.
So, is it true or false that Pepsi was the first soda to be on the cover of Time magazine?
There's been soda on the cover
Yes,
of
there
Time
has.
magazine?
Yes, there certainly has.
That's more of a shock to me. Pepsi or Coke? I'm going to say false. I'm going to say Coke was
Correct.
first.
Coke was the first. They actually went into this big article on the inventor of Coke and all the history behind it.
What year was it?
Oh, what year was the Time magazine?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have that.
I'm going to say 83.
Probably somewhat recent. So, the original purpose of Mountain Dew was supposed to be a mixer for whiskey. True or false?
I just want this to be true, so I'm going
It
true.
is true.
Yes!
Yes, it is true. That's what it was supposed to be. And people just liked it on its own, and so they kept it.
I need someone that I know that drinks to test this, to try this. Get some whiskey and mix it
I
with
actually
some
don't know of anyone that's tried Mountain Dew and whiskey together.
Kevin, you're gonna be
For science?
You're gonna for science.
I have to try that for science.
For science.
So, is it true or false that the first soda in space was Coca-Cola?
See, I want to say true because Coke kind of usually always about being first and doing stuff. But I'm gonna say Pepsi purely on the fact that whoever the astronaut was that went up with it liked Pepsi over Coke. So Pepsi. So what did I say? False.
So, it's actually true.
Damn it.
Coke did develop this zero-G can design
Yeah, I remember
so that the astronauts could drink it. So they actually went through all the engineering of how someone could actually consume soda in space.
I really want one of those zero-G cans, though. That's what I want.
You can find them in museums because there were a few of them. I know one is at the U.S. Space and Rocket Center in Huntsville, Alabama.
But I want one to have to drink out of.
Oh, I could drink this in zero-G if I wanted to.
Because I have that opportunity on a daily basis.
So, is it true or false that the top 3 selling sodas are Coca-Cola, Pepsi, and Sprite?
Okay. How are we going to break this down? I'm going to break this down purely by ad revenue, and I'm going to say true. And you're going to tell me I'm wrong, because you're going to tell me Dr. Pepper is the third one.
Actually,
it's Mountain Dew.
If you don't count diet versions, so if you take out diet versions like their copies, because actually originally it's Coke, Diet Coke, and then Pepsi behind Diet Coke, which is very interesting on its own. But as far as unique sodas, which is what we were talking about, it's actually Coke, Pepsi, and then Mountain Dew.
Damn it. Mountain Dew.
It's always... Mountain Dew is very popular.
It's always a green thing. The third thing is always green.
Well, because you need that citrus flavor somewhere. You need to get it somewhere.
Not Fresca, that's for sure.
All right. So, is it true or false that it takes 1 year to sell 1 billion gallons of Coca-Cola?
A year to set a billion. Okay. I really wish I knew how many cans there were in a gallon. So 16 ounces are in a can. 32 ounces. A billion.
And this is why we should use the metric system.
Yeah.
By the way.
I'm going to say is it true or false that it takes a year to sell a billion?
Correct. Is it true or false that
in a year
for a billion gallons it takes a year?
I'm going to say it takes less than a year, so false?
Correct. It actually takes 7 months. Only 7 months to go through a billion gallons.
That was a tricky question, because what if it had been more than a year? I would have been wrong. If I said false, I still could have been right, but I would have been right for the wrong reasons. Damn it.
All right, so coming close to the end, is it true or false that Dr. Pepper is distributed by both Coca-Cola and Pepsi?
False. I'm going to go false.
Unfortunately, that's wrong. It is true.
What?
Dr. Pepper actually has this really weird setup where they are distributed through both of those companies, and ownership rights of the original Dr. Pepper are with this third party. So no matter who wins the Cola Wars, Dr. Pepper will win.
It's kind of
no matter what.
They're like a third-party studio of a video game company. They are like Activision, where they sell Dr. Pepper to both PlayStation and Xbox.
Yeah, exactly. Same principle. So, final question. The country, true or false, the country of origin for Sprite is Germany.
Sprite. Germany. Sprechen Sie Sprite? That means, do you speak Sprite?
Speak Sprite?
Yeah.
I don't know what drink is in German.
I don't know. Drinking? No, that sounds... That we're going to start offending people.
Yeah.
I'm going to say true.
Yes, it is true. Sprite was actually first developed in West Germany and then migrated over to the U.S. a few years later.
Wait, so it was during a time when Germany was split.
Yes.
So it had to be during the Cold War.
Exactly. Sprite is actually very, very recent.
It's pretty young. Well, that was more than I've ever learned about soda ever. And
hopefully some of it was interesting, though.
It was. I mean, I honestly would not have guessed Sprite being not from America. I always assume that all these things are American, but
because you see them on the shelf and you think, okay, American.
Yeah, and knowing that Snapple is unadulterated.
The Unadulterated Food Corporation.
Whoa, ho, ho! That just teaches me a lot more things about those little facts they have on the top of their lids.
Unadulterated. It's truthful. That's what it's supposed to mean.
Yeah, truthful and naked. Everyone was naked there at their factory. Watch out, drinking Snapple. That's all I had to say. Ding! You know what time it is. It is time for me to pimp out our t-shirts. That's right. You can support the show by buying t-shirts over at outofspacetv.spreadshirt.com, or in a much cheaper and more quicker and faster and light speed way that you can support the show, you can like and comment on this video. What is your favorite soda? Tell us in the comments below. Do you drink soda? I don't drink soda, so I'm a little bit out of disadvantage.
I drink a
here.
lot of soda.
He drinks a lot of soda. Like, a lot of soda. He's like a third soda. Like, you know how the earth is like 2/3 water? He's a third soda.
Well, you know how we're like 70% water?
No, he's like 30% soda and 40% water. Maybe 50 because part of that soda is water. And subscribe. You can do that too because that's fun.
Yes, you can.
We like that. Kevin, what stuff?
They can also watch other videos previously shown here.
Yeah, like older things. Like you can learn more about bears, or what was another one that we did? Oh, what was last week? Phobias. That's one.
Fears.
Check out our phobias, our fears one. That one's great. That was the first episode of Brain Tank. Well, as Brain Tank.
Yeah.
Which was a lot of fun.
Or Weird State Laws.
Weird State Laws was also a fun one. You should check all those out. There'll be links in the description below. But otherwise, we'd like to thank you for watching, and we'll see you out there.
Yep, thanks.